guys and gals of World of Warcraft, Wezeljr here, and I'm on my new farming rogue Dolk. As I was leveling up, I started having people asking me, hey, how can I make gold on a leveling toon? So I started thinking around, and I was sitting there thinking, oh, well, you can farm dungeons. So I started farming dungeons, and on my 10 cap, I would get bored waiting for my cooldown. I started watching YouTube, and I noticed people using this add-on called appraiser. Now, as I've been using this add-on for about 3 or 4 days now, I'm coming to really like this add-on. It's a great estimation tool, which I see it as an estimate. You know, no gold's final until you get it out of the mailbox or you loot it straight into your pocket. Well, one problem I had was on a lot of videos, nobody really tells you how they are getting their prices. Well, appraiser gets its prices from Trade Skill Master via WoW auction or the trade skill database, and you can take and adjust those prices, and you can make things look like really expensive, or you can take and make them look really cheap. And I was sitting there trying to figure out, how can I show you, the viewer, a good, nice level projected gold income on a farm? And that's when I noticed you could set a custom price source in appraiser. So this is my second equation. My first one had a DB market for my realm in it, and as I was testing it, it was okay, but I knew I could do better, and then I realized I just need to go full global and not include my realm in it. So this is my current custom price. I use it on my banker toon, and when I popped it in and started using it for my greens and blues that I'm selling, I noticed a considerable amount of gold increase on my sales. Now, I'll take and put this average down in the comments section so that way you can use them too. You know, it's an average of the global historical database, the market average, and what equals it out is the global sale average. Now, it takes all three of those, averages them together, and when ran through there, it'll pop the price over here in appraiser. And that's how it gets its number and the estimation for how much gold I just looted. I've worked this equation long enough and looted enough items and sold enough items so far that this is my go-to little custom price setting now. I'm going to use it, and maybe in time I might find a better one, but this little thing right here with the global averages has made me a lot more gold than my current, well, my former DB market way to price items. Okay. Now you know how I'm going to, estimate how much gold that I'm currently bringing in while I farm. And we're going to farm this area in stone talons real quick. This is a really good area to farm, especially if you're looking to sell leveling gear and transmog gear. I do recommend you have a banker toon. You're going to need TSM in order to post the number of auctions you have efficiently, and to also make the same amount of gold that I'm projecting right here in this farm. Now, your realm prices might be higher, they might be lower, but if you use that little equation that I've come up with, it should equal out to where you get a pretty good set price on an item, and if the item is not on your auction house, it will set it to a very good price of what it's selling at and going rate average globally. Another common problem that I noticed in comments of videos, especially with this stone talon farm, was people saying that they weren't getting nearly the amount of gold that they were expecting, and it turned out that they were vendoring the greens, disenchanting the greens, or otherwise not selling the gear on the auction house. Yeah, I'll let you come up with your own opinion on what to call those people right there. But you're going to need Trade Skill Master in order to get these kind of prices effectively posted on the auction house. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a short little farm. It's not going to be very long. I've been trying to film this all night long and I keep having issues. But I was just going to give you a general idea of where to farm this, and then I will let you go out and figure out how much gold you can make with this. So we're going to start our timer, and then we're going to get going. But first, I'm going to show you and explain exactly how loot appraiser works. Now you see, as soon as I looted something, this counter started going up right here, 6 gold. Okay, it counted the silk cloth, the war staff, the healing potion, and the wool cloth. Okay, nothing dropped above 300 gold, so my gold alert didn't go off. And that's pretty much how loot appraiser works. Now, if you change your HUD or your map, like I've said before, it'll screw up the information, and that's the main problem I've been having all night long. Okay, I took and vendored and cleared all of my data so that way we can have a fresh start. Clear session. Everything's set at 0. I'm not going to do this for very long, maybe about 15-20 minutes, give or take. And just to show you this spot in general. Okay. So, got my lucky charm, so that way maybe I'll get really epic drops and make a lot of gold. And let's begin. Okay, well, let's begin with, where am I? I'm in Stone Talon Mountains over here by Northwatch Expedition, right here in this area. The closest mailbox to this area is Wezeljr Hold. Okay, that's the closest mailbox that I know of. Okay, so the area we're going to be farming is we're going to be killing all these mobs, and the twist that I do that's different than everybody else is I use cross realm hopper instead of running back empty-handed. The other videos, they'd have you run up here, up in this direction, and then you run back and loot everything. Now, we're going to take, and we're going to kill and loot, and then we're going to hop realms, so that way we got fresh bodies to loot some more that will up our average and our potential gold making. So I'm going to do one quick run really quick, and then I'm going to turn off my mic and toss on some farming music, and I'm going to farm it out so that way you can see some, you know, numbers in action and get a general idea, and you know, figure out if this is what you want to do for gold yourself. Let me open up my bag so that way you can see everything as it fills up. I will say, if you don't have a trash vendor mount, you're going to want to need one. Otherwise, you're going to be filling up quickly. I know, especially once you reach about the 45-minute mark, I start to fill up to the point to where I'm starting to have to vendor every 2 or 3 minutes just because I'm running out of bag space, and I've got full 30 slot bags. So yeah, we're just going to come running up here, you know, follow my path. And then when we get to this group up here, we're going to realm hop. Now, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I might have trouble. Now, you just heard that ding. That is my gold threshold being hit. And I just got Century Slippers of the Eagle. Okay. This went through that equation. And if you look at over here, on the side, you'll see that below TSM Auction DB, I have 4 prices. Minimum buyout, that's just so I can quickly judge for myself on how much the item's going for on my realm. But the other 3, global market value, global historical, and global sell averages, those 3 are in the equation, and when those 3 are averaged together, it came out with 38.78. So that's how it got its prices. Okay. So now that we're at the end, we're going to hit quick join on our cross realm assist. And we're going to hop realms. Now, the fire totems might keep you in combat and, you know, kind of make the realm hopping a little difficult. You'll have to shoot them down. I also noticed that while I'm in groups, I tend to get a little bit more loot than I do solo. I don't know if my theory is correct, but I've had it for a little bit of time now. But now that we're on this realm, we're going to run back the same way we just came, but all the mobs are going to be coming up. You don't have to cross realm to do this. You could just run all the way back to the beginning and come back up, but hey, why not just run down and kill more mobs? It'll give you more stuff to sell. especially more silk and wool cloth. And if you happen to be horde farming this area, this seems to be a horde questing area. I've seen a few low-level hordes floating through. I've tried not to kill them, you know, just let them go quest on their merry little way. But you have half as many mobs. If you're Alliance, you can kill everything, and I recommend it. And we're almost to the beginning. We're going to run down here where you get a few more mobs. Then we're going to leave this group. We're going to pop back on my realm, or your realm, if you happen to be doing this. And then you're just going to turn around and run back and forth. Now, a lot of people do these on druids. And the few people that I've ran into who have actually been doing this, they've been doing it on druids, and I guess it's because of how far Starfall reaches. Well, you don't have to be on a druid to do this, and you can still make a decent amount of gold. Okay, so we're at the end. We're going to leave group. Now we're going back to Emerald Dream, or in this case, Unknown Realm. People pop back up, and there we go. You just run back and forth, farming and looting as fast as your little happy heart can do. I'm going to toss on some music, and I'm going to farm this out now. Okay, so it's been roughly 1/2 hour of farming. Okay, so let's take a break, and then we'll take a look at what all I've farmed up. But right now you can see a 1/2 hour farming and 44,123 estimated gold income. So I'm going to take me a little bit of break, and I will be right back. You know what? I'm not going to take a break just because of my luck tonight. So it's been a 1/2 hour, and you know, I sped the time up, or at least I'm thinking about speeding it up. And let's sell all my trash. You can see the amount of trash that I've been getting. I had to stop and vendor a few times during this farm. And space only gets tighter as the longer you farm. But yeah. So, any more stacks, bread. Okie dokie. Now that we're vendored out, let's go over some stuff. I happen to get, what's that look like? 494 silk cloth, 204 wool cloth, large red sack, gems, and let's see how many blues I've got. 1, 2, 3. 3 blues. That's kind of funny. Last time, before I was farming, I was approaching the 1 hour mark, and I hadn't gotten any blues, and this time in a 1/2 hour I get 3. So yeah, this one, according to my equation, if you look over at TSM auctioning, you'll see the normal 152 in the middle price. That would be what that equation would put it up on the auction house for if nobody else had one up on the auction house, set at 100%. Okay, so we got sword. It's worth $152. Got the blood pike, worth 100 gold. Got a pair of white hair moccasins, worth 253 gold, and a bunch of leveling greens. Not bad for a 1/2 hour worth of farming. Okay, noteworthy transmog items. Let's see. We've got the Sentry Surcoat, which this area drops a lot of the Sentry gear. This one, according to my equation, if nobody put it up, it would be at 5,000 gold. Global market average values at 7,400 and global average sales at 2,600, so that's a pretty good score right there. We've got the Spike Change Soldiers, which look like they're going to be going for about between 6,000 gold and 5,000 gold, with the global sale average at 600 gold. So that's a big price difference right there. And that's why I came up with that 3-part average. So that way you got a general idea. We have the sentry slippers. Go back into human farms so you can see what they look like. Silver mail boots. Scanner says that's worth about 3,800 gold. Well, it looks like we got 2 of them. Hulking chest guard. Yeah. So in a half hour's time, I got an estimated projected 44,000 gold in greens and cloth. So I'm just going to send this off to the banker tune and call this area a very good spot to farm if you're looking to start getting into selling transmog and farming transmog and leveling gear. I'll toss this all up on my banker, throw it on the auction house, and see how much of it sells fairly quickly. I can tell right now this ring will probably go really quickly because it's a leveling ring. Possibly that neck, not entirely sure. But yeah, so for those of you who were skeptical about this spot, it is a decent spot to farm to get gear for your banker tune. Not to mention, you know, the cloth, which right now at the moment on my run before I come back out here was going for a gold per silk cloth. You know, it's the weekend, so it's going to be going back up in price. So yeah. Not sure what else to say about this area, except for maybe my path could be tweaked, but there you go. Just a quick little recap. You know, we're farming these guys. The path I was taking was you come up here, see these 2 guys right here by the stump, come over here, get this group right here, shoot over to this group right over here, turn, go over the hump, down to this group, head for the TP, nail these 2 groups, turn, head for the trees, nail these groups, get the group right here, drop this group, stop, realm hop, turn around, and farm on back. And that is it. So that's my path for farming this area in Stone Talon Mountains. Now I'm going to bring up my map, last quick look. 44,123 estimated gold income in a half hour's time. As soon as I bring up my map, it's going to clear out loot appraiser, and you'll see one of the problems I've been having. Right over here in the corner, right next to Northwatch Expedition. For those of you who are going to be farming this area left and right like I have been, the closest mailbox is Wezeljr hold that I know of. Let me take a look down here. I have been in that zone. And other than that, it is Ratchet that I know of. So yeah, you've got an inn right there with a mailbox. We're farming right down here in the corner. Coordinates are roughly 76 by 84. Good luck on your farming, and I hope this starts making you some big gold. You know, so have fun. Hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to post a comment on if you're getting these kind of numbers out, or if you're, you know, selling some pretty good priced gear. And you have a great day. I'll talk to you later.